Check, check, check. Hey, what's up? Got the caps on. What up? Yeah, bro. We gonna be bullish for today for show for show. We got dollar um, on the higher time frames dropping. We got NQ and ES in agreement with each other. We're gonna be looking for some longs. Now we just gotta wait. So my game plan for today is I'm gonna wait for some structure to be like kind of made inside the 1 minute and 5 minute. I'm gonna wait for some like structure to kind of form in some like buy side liquidity, and then we're gonna like wait for this news driver at 10 a.m. to hit. I'm gonna gain the information from that, and then we're gonna wait for if it doesn't be clear by 10:30, we'll wait a little bit more. 10:30, there's another news driver, and then if I don't find anything by then, we'll look for that 10:50 to 11:10 macro, and we'll hit something. That's kind of my game plan for today. Yeah, we'll see what we get. We want a big dump today. Facts. Straight facts. But NQ looks really nice. There's some levels for NQ I really like is the new week opening gap. We have another pretty big. Hey, yo. What? What the heck? I don't even know what my mouse was doing right there. So we got this new week opening gap I like. I broke it down in some quadrants and take a look at that. I'm going to take a look at Dow. Bro, what is Dow doing? Dow's going the other way. I'm going to take a look at dollar. Dollar's respecting. Oh, it's a 4-hour fair value gap. Dollar's respecting. I was like, where did I get that at? Respecting this 4-hour SIBI. We didn't even reach the consequent encroachment of the daily order block wick, and we're beneath the low of that daily order block, and we're going for these relative equal lows here. So I'm bearish on dollar. On NQ, we've just hit the new week opening gap, and now we're retracing. Looks like we're getting a retracement after hitting our buy side liquidity on ES. So since this is the beginning of the session, for me, liking the idea of like being bullish, I really want to see the lower part of this fair value gap at 9:30 to stay open. I would really like to see that stay open. Same goes for the NQ fair value gap. I would like for this to stay open. So I'm going to go ahead and write that out as a breakaway gap. And that's just going to let us know that this is going to be a pretty good buy program. We do have a divergence in Dow, but Dow can do its own thing. I'm not really worried about that. Just as long as ES and NQ are kind of going in the same direction, I'm cool with that. Dow just be playing with itself. Bro, Dow be just doing its own thing. All right, so it looks like NQ's retracing. But that sounded so wrong. I don't know why I said that. Wilden. So got that. I like how we've left these relative equal highs here. Excuse me. On the 5-minute on ES, we have a fair value gap. And it looks like we're showing some support. Looking at NQ, NQ's got a pretty big fair value gap. I'm going to draw that out. I'm going to take off this. So I want to take our attention to NQ here. So with us having kind of speed like this, there is tons of stops right here. So just be mindful of that. We might, this might have been just kind of that pump up to get everyone to go long, and they might come down and take this out. Our breakaway gap is no longer a breakaway gap, but we will draw this out because this will be reused and reclaimed. Looking at dollar's got a pushback. Looks like we're working inside this SIBI here. I'm going to draw that middle line out. Yeah, let's just be mindful. So it looks like, let's take a look here. Yeah, NQ looks like it's going to run its sell side right here. I love how NQ came up with this pump. We hit the new week opening gap to the tick and then folded over, and we're probably going to attack these lows, which is a good thing. I'm not saying that we're bearish for today. I kind of want to see us run some sell side liquidity because that's just taking the seats out of people who are going long. Over here on the 15-minute, this is sus, these relative equal highs. So it's just probably coming down, taking out these lows, working inside of a discount, and we'll see from there. Still on the sidelines, kind of getting more information. I like how we left these highs here, so there is going to be some stops there. And yesterday we had a really nice bullish day. That was kind of like a reversal. It went from literally from the 1050 all the way into afternoon. It was bullish. So we did have a large range yesterday. It wasn't like super crazy, but just being mindful of that going into this. A lot of people are wanting to chase going long. So it looks like ES is coming off of its lows. I'm watching to see if this SIBI is going to show resistance or it's going to be inverted and we're going to attack that high up there. They might leave these lows intact. Okay, I'm going to take a look at dollar. Looks like dollar's rejecting off of this 5-minute SIBI here. The bodies are closing below it. So there's a divergence here. It's pretty small, nothing major. Is we've taken out the 929 lows and NQ has failed to. So NQ is currently stronger, which makes sense because NQ has so many inefficiencies above market price found on the daily. And ES is just working inside of all-time highs territory. I'm going to take a look at Dow. Dow doing its own thing. Kind of fell short. So it looks like this SIBI here is now being inverted. So this is a balanced price range. If it wants to come back down and touch this or leave a fair value gap, it's going to run this high here. The 5-minute body has respected this 5-minute SIBI. It just kind of came down, repriced to it. Taking a look at the high end of this inversion fair value gap, if it wants to touch it and then send us above this high here. I like here on the 15-minute on NQ, we have the start of a fair value gap. We might start seeing some, I almost want to say buying pressure. We might see a expansion towards the upside. So this wick right here went to the inversion fair value gap, touched the high end of it, and now it's kind of shooting up. Looks like we're going to aim for this high here. We're entering in that 950 to 1010 macro. So this kind of makes sense for a position to hit this swing high because we fully made this inefficiency rebalanced and repriced too. Take a look at ES. ES is now working off a busy. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Too many gaps. Okay. Watching ES. I'll break down this wick with some quadrants. If we can stay above this consequent encroachment up here, I'm pretty confident that we might run this high here, just depending if we're staying above this level here. Okay, I like NQ right here because we're closing above the consequent encroachment of this wick here. And we didn't even go down to this point right here. We're up inside of the upper quadrant, so we're going to run this high here. Taking a look at ES. Okay, not taking a look at ES. NQ's strong right now. NQ's on that juice. This new week opening gap level might act as a barrier to kind of like push it down a little bit. So I'm going to have to see some speed and distance. Because they might be playing around here in the first 30 minutes. All right, take a look at this 30-second chart. Yeah, so the new week opening gap level here, it's going to act as a little bit as a barrier, but they're leaving these relative equal highs intact, which is sus. So it looks like Dow, with it moving its inside lower, it looks like ES is catching up with Dow, kind of breaking lower. So with NQ, I would be careful with wanting to go long right now. It looks like ES is about to drop and come refilling these inefficiencies. And with enough speed, it might take out this low here, just depending on if it wants to follow suit with ES and Dow. Yeah. So looks like Dow and ES are weak. I'm gonna watch NQ and see if it wants to join the party. Okay. It looks like Nasdaq's about to drop. We're gonna come for these lows possibly. These are left kind of relative. Looks like dollar's finally breaking lower. Looks like NQ's wanting to run these highs out. Yeah, NQ's looking pretty bullish. I gotta be careful with those seconds charts, man. They be moving so quick. Hey y'all, I'll be back. Just be mindful of on NQ these levels here on this new week opening gap, and on ES, if we can get above this new day opening gap, we're taking a look at these relative equal highs here. I'll be back. All right. What did I miss? Okay, nice. So it looks like NQ's got some movement to the upside, which I like. I'm going to take a look at Dow. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we have a news driver coming in minus 30 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. What we got with dollar? Looks like dollar's running its high here. Okay. Yeah, NQ's looking heavy, looking strong, not heavy. I like how we rebalanced everything here. Bodies respected, sending us higher. Came back down, touched that inversion fair value gap, went higher. Okay, let's take a look at ES. Excuse me. All right, I like this. On NQ, we have a daily swing high here, and it's just above that new week opening gap high. I really like that. Looks like we're getting a retracement back into this fair value gap. Yeah, I'm I'm watching NQ. I've been trading ES, and I just don't think ES is going to give me that push higher. So that's why I got out of that trade. I saw dollar move higher, and I saw ES not really following Nasdaq, so I just got out. Um, right now, my game plan is I'm waiting for NQ to go back into a discount. On NQ, we have this 5 minute busy here. And this might be one of those days where dollar is just going to be very bullish and the indices might not want to tag along, just depending on what they do after taking this swing high here. Yeah, because Dow's just dropping like really hot. ES looks like it's about to come and start dropping too. It's taken out its relative equal highs. And then NASDAQ's really bullish. So yeah, I'm going to change my attention to NQ. It's way cleaner. We have a news driver at 10:30. So it looks like we just hit this Thursday, 22nd August swing high found on the daily. Yeah, looks really sloppy. I'm wondering, since we have this drive pattern, 1, 2, 3, if they're gonna start retracing with NQ after hitting the daily 22nd swing high and touching the high of that new week opening gap. Wondering if we're gonna get any kind of retracement. Looking at NQ with all these up close candles, it's really expensive, so I don't want to chase it. Yeah, looking at ES, it's just slop. Very, very sloppy, near its all-time highs. Looks like we got some movement lower. Looks like ES is dropping. Looks like it's working inside this little 5 minute. Looks like we're kind of moving a little bit lower. Just watching to see if this candle is gonna show rejection off this new week opening gap high and the SIBI here. Okay, nice. So the idea of this trade was I did kind of enter on a discounted price, but my entry was here when the body's shown that it closed below this consequent encroachment of this wick here. And I was aiming for this swing low along with the top end of this busy here. I thought we were too expensive. The better entry would have been right here. I just wanted to make sure with all this wick that it was giving me the ability to be on side. So I'm going to take a look at these two consecutive down close candles and see if price wants to stay above mean threshold. I see this as us going into a discount. We have a news driver coming in about a minute. Looks like we're refilling this 5-minute busy. News drivers in sight. Okay, so my mindset right now is after this huge long run of it being expensive, we've dropped down, taken out some sell side liquidity here, and we're in a discount. Right now, I'm watching to see if this fair value gap is going to be inverted or not, because I'm still bullish on the day. And this high is suspect to anybody shorting. Tagged along with us being inside of a 5-minute busy. So we're in a discount. I don't see the reason price needs to come down here because it's completely balanced. So I'm just watching now to see if this is going to be inverted. And we're still within this new week opening gap. Let me clean this up a little bit. Get my quadrants on. For me, this is kind of a turning point to see if this acts as resistance or gets inverted and acts as support and sends us higher. Looks like dollars rejecting off this high here and not climbing above it. Watching to see if this is going to show support here on the 5-minute. Because we've just ran sell side liquidity. We're in a discount. I like for us to stay above the midpoint of this new week opening gap. But this might, turn over and go for this low here and refill this busy here. But with me being bullish on the day, I don't want this to be refilled. I really do want to see us, if it's given to me, us attack this high, but it doesn't have to. Just trying to be nimble. So we're above the 5 minute busy here. We're refilling this Sibby here. We're in the mean kind of threshold. That's for an order block, but we're like at consequent encroachment of this new week opening gap, the midway point, and I'm watching to see if this is going to show support or if this is going to act as resistance. In my mind, I would like this to show support, preferably this lower end of this Sibby here. So I like how we've hooked on to this. I just got to wait. All the news drivers are behind us. We have a 1050 macro. The cleaner price action for today has been NQ. ES has been slopping around. Dow has been slopping around. We'll take a quick look at Dow. I bet it's still pretty low. Yeah, so we have discombobulated markets. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. I'm watching for this little fair value gap here. I don't like how the bodies are kind of closing below this new week opening gap. So just watching to see if this busy is going to send us above this high here and go into this area. So I like this right here. I like how we've inverted that Sibby here. Looks like we're butting our head at this 5 minute busy. Looks like dollar's pretty strong. Not the cleanest price action. We got 1050 to 1110 macro coming up. Looks like ES is working itself lower. There's some relative equal lows right here. I'm interested in seeing if we can get below this new week opening gap low and possibly get below the 5 minute busy. Looks like dollar's very bullish. Still really messy. Looks like we're butting our head at the end of this SIBI. Kind of balanced it all. Looks like we're leaving that lower end of that SIBI. Looks like we're entering in that 1050 macro. Really waiting for something cleaner with NQ. Looks like we're butting our head against this new week opening gap low. I like to see this be treated as a breakaway gap. It's like dollar's completely bullish. NQ, ES are making itself lower. So we're in the 1050 macro. All right. Okay. So that 5 minutes shown support. It's really not wanting to follow along with dollar. That's okay. Not that bad. Just still pretty messy price action. Came back, refilled this 1 minute SIBI. Not really breaking through anything. It's been pretty messy. It's all right. Looks like it's going to go for these relative equal highs here. We were working inside that lower end of that 5 minute busy. Looks like it ran this swing high. Might be working itself lower. Looks like ES is working itself higher. Yeah, this is just, it's not the best. Dow's been dropping really heavy. Looks like it's retracing. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and end the live stream here. Thank you for tuning in. Till I'll see you again.